Hello children, I'm a boxing's cornerman, a hired one. What I mean is when the fighters from overseas come to Tokyo, Osaka and other parts of Japan, I am a hired hand. Not because I'm a good cornerman, but because I speak English. I'm probably the only one in the industry, professional boxing industry, who speaks English in Japan. Anyway, that's what I do. I stay with the fighters for about 3 or 4 days before the fight, and straight after the fight, almost midnight of the fight, they have to leave with swollen heads and broken nose, cuts everywhere. They have to leave. So sad. Anyway, I tried to make this story short, although a little bit longish, but it's worth listening to the end of it. It's a very, very good story because it's a true story and it's about true human beings, which you don't get to see many of them. All right, I'll try to make it short. That was in Okinawa, southern island, 1,000 miles away from Tokyo, down south, which is a symbol of exploitation. The country of Japan took that country away years ago, many hundreds of years ago, and then used it up for World War II. So 1 person out of 4, 25% civilians died. Anyway, okay, I have to bring the story back to Okinawa. Why Okinawa? Yes, I was helping a fighter from the Philippines coming to Okinawa and fighting undefeated, very tough guy. He won all the fights by knockout. And here comes the underdog fighter, Espino, another great guy from Mindanao, the poorest place, poorest region in the Philippines. Espino is the fighter, and 1 or 2 days before the fight, I asked, I check everything is okay. So I was checking the boxing shoes. We call that ring shoes. And it was, the toe was open like a crocodile, big, wide. And then the manager, Jun, saw it. Oh, no problem. And then he stitched it up. And after stitching it up, he put them on. He said, fine, but wait a minute, something's wrong. It was like 2 inches, 5 centimeters too long, too big. I said, this is too big for you. And he said, oh, it's okay. He grabbed tissue paper and then pushed it into the toe, and he said, it's okay. And I asked, what is this? It's not your shoes. They said, they've got about 10, 12 guys in the gym, and they don't have money, so they use this one shoe. Everybody uses this one ring shoes. So, obviously it's a size for the biggest guy, and it was way too big. Can you imagine running a 100-meter dash or marathon or any sports with shoes like this? And this is boxing. Your footwork is your life. Anyway, again, I'll bring the story back. It just shows how poor they are. And day of the fight, this opponent, undefeated, such tough guy, won all the fights by knockout. And then this Espino, right before his fight, he said to me, I want to win this fight. I want to win. So I showed him how quickly. This is it. This is how you do it. Round 1, he broke his right hand. Round 5, he broke his left hand. No more hands left. I said to him, don't worry. You've broken his heart already. When somebody's heart is broken, you will win. You have your heart. your fists you cannot use, but use your heart. He won the fight by knockout in the last 10th round. Anyway, before the fight, yeah, in the dressing room, which is just where they throw away the mops and sweepers, buckets, that kind of room, cleaners room. In there, I said to Espino, all right, you want to win this fight? Yeah, and you're gonna be the champion. You're going to be the national champion and prove to the whole world that nothing is impossible. You haven't got anything, and many children in the world don't have anything, or very much, but nothing is impossible. So our mission is to prove to the world nothing is impossible. It's not that we want the champion's belt. Again, long story short, 6 months later, his national championship bout was set in Mindanao, Philippines. I sent them I made DVDs to show how to, how to punch, how to duck, how to win, how to move. But I thought DVDs are not good enough. I have to be there. So I flew down to Mindanao. Those guys were shocked. EIJI, you came to Mindanao? Kidnapping, civil wars going on. If you're from Japan, they will kidnap you. Anyway, I didn't care. I just went. To win the fight, you gotta run a risk to win anything. Without running a risk, nothing, right? Yeah. And then at the fight, he fought a very tough young guy, and the fight is over, and then the winner is Espino. He became the national champion of the Philippines. We proved it. Now, because their gym was not a gym with a roof, it's just outside. It's just the street. So I made a movie about them, and I write books. And when I sell them, I collect all the money, 100%, more than 100%, because I had more, went to these guys to rebuild the gym. So they built it beautifully. And then Typhoon Haiyan, November 2013 came, and it blew it away. And the whole city was underwater, flooding everywhere. And what I'm so proud of is, even though the gym was gone, the equipment was gone, I'm so proud these fighters, orphans, those guys swam across the flooding river, the city, to save people and save people's belongings. It's a very, very dangerous thing to do. You get killed easily in this flood from typhoon, but these fighters are true human beings. I'm proud. And then before the typhoon came, Espino was set to fight in Osaka, another tough guy from Osaka. And because it was only about 2 weeks after the typhoon, they could have canceled easily, reason good enough to cancel the fight, because he's got no equipment, he has got nothing. And the flood took everything away. But Espino said, I have to go. I will make money and give that money to people who lost everything. He came to Osaka, and the fighters from overseas it's pretty much impossible to win by decisions. You have to knock the person out if you want to win. What we call a hometown decision is really, really a real thing. So even though, you really have to knock out the other guy, and the stretcher has to come and carry out the guy from carry out the local hero. Anyway, he lost by decision, and meanwhile, I visit schools often, all the time, and then I told the story about Espino and their shoes and hardship to junior high school students in Takamatsu, south of Japan. And these kids were, before the lecture, they were telling me they were the saddest kid on earth. Why? I understand why. Because nobody listens to them, nobody cares about their dreams. They don't care. They just say, exam, exam, exam. Go to that high school, go to that university, go get that job, So they don't care if you want to be a guitarist or singer or painter or any kind of artist or nothing else. Just, you are a thing on the conveyor in the factory. And then they pick you up. Oh, this is medium size, this is large, this is garbage. So they are very, very sad. They were telling me they were the saddest kids on earth. But after hearing what I told them, they said to me, I'm not the saddest. We are the luckiest. We have food in the fridge. We have a house. Okay, now back to the fight. He lost the fight and he was apologizing. Espino was apologizing. Oh, I was, those kids, Japanese kids gave me presents to my hotel. I actually carried them to the hotel. And they were so thankful, so happy, so moved. So he was apologizing in the dressing room, which is just an emergency exit staircase. And there came two friends of mine, long-time good friends who came to support the fight in Osaka. One is Sonoko from Kobe. I first met her in Saigon, Vietnam, years ago. And there came two friends of mine, long-time good friends who came to support the fight in Osaka. One is Sonoko from Kobe. I first met her in Saigon, Vietnam, years ago. And the other person is Doug from Canada. He's a businessman, a very smart guy. He and I first met in Singapore or Amsterdam, I don't remember, maybe Las Vegas. Anyway, good guy. We've been friends for a long time and organizing events to help kids be happy instead of being a little fish in the fish tank. These two friends were talking with Jun, the boxing manager who stitched up the thing. Oh, this Jun is an interesting guy. He's 6 foot tall, but he was not a boxer. He was a basketball player, and he's a local preacher. He gives talks, speeches to people on Sundays. Very nice guy, intelligent. And he became a boxing manager because he saw orphans and those poorest people who are exploited, had no food, and they were sleeping a lot or lying down a lot because there was no food. So just fill up their stomach with water and they were just lying on the floor. And then this sweetest guy, most intelligent guy, Jun, became a boxing manager. And Doug and Sonoko, my friends, were talking with Jun after the fight, and Doug said, oh, this is early December, soon Christmas is coming. And June said, oh, Christmas is only for rich people. It doesn't come to us. It never did. 1 hour later, Sonoko, Doug, and I were sitting in a local McDonald's in Okinawa. No, this is Osaka. Yeah, Osaka. And Doug was shocked. And he told me what he heard. Christmas is only for rich people. It doesn't come to us. Sonoko, Doug, and I were sitting in a local McDonald's in Okinawa. No, this is Osaka. Yeah, Osaka. And Doug was shocked. And he told me what he heard. Christmas is only for rich people. It doesn't come to us. Then I immediately sent text messages to my friends that are junior high school kids. And the teacher, who is not a public school teacher, luckily, private English school teacher, Mayumi, very, very smart person. More than being smart, kind-hearted person. About it. And then something started happening. Kids started bringing in unused pens, pencils, pen cases, erasers, staples, notebooks, and they said they're going to send it to the Philippines because they never received Christmas presents. And one day soon, a couple of girls from there spoke to the school teacher at the junior high and said, they showed the donation box, a very nice one, pretty one they made, and some money in it. And can we do this school-wide so that we can help many people? And the school teacher said, what? Who are you going to help? Filipinos? No, don't help them. Help Japanese. Don't help foreigners. Help Japanese. And what is this? He grabbed the box, squashed it, boom, threw it away. Off the track from this main story. A couple of years earlier, some of the students who wanted to go overseas and just change their life said to the teacher, the other teacher, English teacher, I want to join school overseas. And the teacher said, in the history of mankind, in the history of whole studying abroad, going overseas, joining schools there was no single person who was successful. That's what this guy said. I don't know what that means. I don't know where he got this data from. Anyway, those people in little towns try to limit you, keep you in the fish tank, and they don't let you go bigger than them. They have to be the king. They don't want anybody to be bigger than them, smarter than them. They want anyone to know more than what they do. Okay, back to the story. The donation box was smashed, destroyed, but it didn't stop, of course, the donation activities, no. So they continued doing that in this private English school called Sekiguchi English School in Takamatsu, Japan. And since then, so far 12 years, maybe 13 years, every year 100 sets of beautifully wrapped Christmas presents have been arriving in the Philippines. And a couple of years ago, they had a chicken soup party. People got together and they had the greatest day. I asked the boxers who give away the presents to take pictures of those kids who received the presents. And when they come around their houses, kids are already outside, dressed in their best clothes they got, so that they look like princesses and princes, and it's just so good. It's the biggest event to them to receive pens and pencils. In which countries, even if you're given iPad, computer, more than just Nike shoes, all those things, big expensive things, they don't look very happy. But these kids jumping just by seeing pencils. And the quality of presents, how much heart it's got. It's not about how expensive it is, right? And this whole thing, this sending presents, and Japanese kids look at the pictures and they look so happy, is when they are connected with people outside, even though they're still stuck in the fish tank. And that's the best learning, by the way, to be connected with people, to be connected with strangers, total strangers. That's the best experience. I'm pretty sure when they end their life, when they're 99 years old, when they look back, I don't think they'll think of, oh, I got 95 in the math that year, so I'm happy. No, they will think, oh, my notebooks and pencils made this kid so happy. And they can smile as they say bye-bye to the world. It's the same for the kids in the Philippines. Oh, these presents from unknown friends are the best thing. I never forget that day. Yeah. So it's an interesting combination. Filipino kids look so happy, so happy. They haven't got anything but love. Kids in Japan have got everything, more than they need. 17 pairs of shoes. They've got everything except love. And these kids meet through the presents, and they're both learning something that no one can learn in the little classrooms. Oh, by the way, today, December 31st, the last day of 2023. Today is that day, and I'm having to run because yesterday, I spoke with the boxing promoter, and I said I will fight because I have to donate more money. I will fight on the February 17th, Saturday Night Fever in Vancouver. I will fight four-time Canadian national champion, 5-time Golden Gloves champion, Robert Couzens, tough guy, 6 foot. I'm 5'5", little, and he's super quick, long reach, long legs, and anyway, he's a good guy. I fought him a couple of times, and here's something I never told anybody. I'll tell you now. Every time my punch hits his chin, jaw, or temple, boom! And I'm saying to him, his face is right here, boom! I say, sorry. And then Robert says, it's okay. And then, boom! My uppercut hits him. I say, sorry, Robert. He says, it's okay, keep punching. You know, boys are stupid. I'm one of them, so I know very well about men. Men don't get better, men don't learn, men don't listen. Or you know, housewives, wives know this. They don't get better. Anyway, the point is, but when men are kind, truly kind, and caring and courageous, men are really good. Just like this Robert Couzens, he knows the more fierce the fight looks, the more donations. The more donations, the more bowls of rice to hungry kids. So he says, it's okay, keep punching, keep coming, EIJI. So I keep apologizing in the ring, but I keep punching at the same time. All right, this is about the end of the story. And just 2 days ago, I already bought 200 Christmas cards for the Filipino kids for years to come, you know, a year later from now. I already bought Christmas cards because to me, making sure these presents arriving there is the #1 annual mission. And huge thanks to those students at Sekiguchi English School. They do everything, you know. And what else? I'll finish it up. Don't worry, it's almost done. Yeah, Robert is a guy. And oh yeah. By the way, yeah, I'm punching Robert, but I hate to punch anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. I wish boxing, the sport of boxing, was much nicer, where you don't need to punch. You know, maybe playing chess in the ring or something. That would be nice. But anyway, if I can choose my opponents whom I can punch, I want to fight those teachers who break the donation box, who tell kids your dreams will not come true. Shut up and all that. And the kids who told me they're the saddest kid on earth, they are constantly told by teachers, you are terrible, you're useless, you're idiot, you're garbage, all that kind of things. Those guys, I love to fight those guys. As a fighter, my limitation is like 4 rounds. I cannot go over 4 rounds. I'll be totally exhausted. However, if you can give me hundreds of those guys, I can fight 400 rounds, 400 days in a row. I would love to punch them. Yeah, and every time I punch, I wouldn't say I'm sorry. Hello children, I many times got knocked down in the ring, but I never got knocked out because I get up again. However, when I was 5 or 6, I read a book and I got totally knocked out. If I read it now, I'll get knocked out. I know for sure. It's called The Little Match Girl. It's by Hans Christian Andersen of Denmark. I believe the book was published in 1846. Now, you know the story. The little girl died in the middle of the busy street. It wasn't in Amazon, it wasn't in Sahara Desert where there's nobody else. There were thousands of people with food and money walking by right across the windows of houses, parties going on, lots of food, lots of happy laughters. But people ignored her. She was neglected, and people pretended that they hadn't seen her. This Anderson is such a genius. He focuses on this teeny little character in a teeny little village sometime long time ago, and he talks about the whole world right now and in the future. It won't change unless every single one of us changes. So he was such a master of writing stories, and instead of writing difficult books, so easy to understand, so clear. Yeah, he was such a genius. What's interesting is he said he looks back his school days. He said those were the darkest years when he was at schools. One of the schools he was living at the school's master's home, where he was abused big time, and the schoolmaster said to him, "I'm helping you improve your character." And other schools, most of the teacher basically said to him, "Forget about writing. Don't pursue it. You don't have a talent." They said that to this one genius writer. Yeah, and he suffered depression at his early age, I believe, even 13 or 14 years old, depression. Wow. Anyway, more or less, I know you're experiencing the same thing, right? But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about those what? Slimes, snails said to you, don't worry about it. You're all Anderson, and you can achieve anything you want to achieve. So believe in yourself. It's your life. No one should tell you what you're going to be, what you're going to do. Okay? Right. Okay. See you again. Bye-bye.